Pods.
Welcome to Jobs and Pods, the only podcast where you can hear real employers talk about their jobs and tell you what it's like to work there. I'm your host, Peter Clayton. This Jobcast will feature GE Transportation's Commercial Leadership Program, CLP. It is a 24-month program designed to develop commercial talent within the GE Transportation business. Qualified candidates can expect a great deal of exposure and job experience from 4 rotations within GE Transportation. It includes formal classroom training in GE's state-of-the-art facilities, mentoring from senior leadership, and career planning during 2 years leading to a full-fledged commercial role. Joining us today to discuss the role is GE Transportation CLP program member Morgan Knipe. Morgan, welcome to Jobs and Pods.
Thank you very much, Peter.
So why did you choose to go with GE?
The reason I chose GE is because the company is synonymous with growth. Working at GE, I expected the skills I have to be sharpened. I expected opportunities to embrace new capabilities. I expected to embark upon numerous leadership challenges and be part of a global organization. So in essence, I thought that GE would be a company big enough to fulfill anyone's dreams.
Morgan, can you describe a typical day as a CLP?
Sure. Let me outline 2 examples of projects I worked on as a CLP.
Okay, that'd be great.
My first example was a role as a proposal leader, where it was my responsibility to coordinate with cross-functional resources to drive the proposal process and develop winning proposal strategies for our locomotive sales. So my day would consist of ensuring that the commercial and technical aspects of the locomotive bid were complete and compliant with the customer's requirements. I'd work with the sales and delivery resources to establish value propositions, competitive positioning, and pricing strategies to maximize revenue while minimizing risk on the locomotive deals. I would take an active lead in commercial tollgate reviews and deal reviews by communicating the proposal solutions and value propositions to all levels of the organization. The second example was working as a marketing leader for our locomotive parts sales group. It was my responsibility to design a TAM and SAM model. Now, to bring some clarification around what is TAM and SAM, TAM is the acronym for Total Available Market in the industry, and SAM is the acronym for Served Available Market, and is what GE could potentially serve in the market. Therefore, the model captured yearly the total available spend and compared it to the potential income GE could capture in the diesel locomotive industry. So therefore, my days would involve leading the regional rhythms with the regional teams around the world and defining the markets and the opportunities for GE Transportation businesses.
That sounds really exciting. GE obviously is famous for training. Can you give us some insight on what kind of training you receive?
All right, sure. When I look at the CLP, I look at it as a training program in itself, building you to be a commercial asset to the company. You experience a vast array of training opportunities, from classroom training in the fields of leadership, strategic sales, negotiations, to on-the-job training in dealing with internal and external stakeholders, solution expertise, price for value, and market segmentation. But I think the key and the most important training aspect that you will experience at GE Transportation is that for a big company, you're awarded with the opportunity to sit and work with senior executive staff, learn how business strategies are developed, how those same strategies are executed, and how decisions are made. So in essence, those real-life case studies you may have worked on in business school, you now have the opportunity to be part of that. That sort of training and being able to learn from the best is invaluable. Just
to expand on that a little bit, Morgan, can you give us some idea of what are some of the things you like most about your job?
Peter, I love my job in that it gives me the opportunity to rotate roles every 6 months within the business. So no other job allows you that opportunity and experience to build upon your breadth within a company. Within the 18 months I've worked with GE, I've been able to work with customer service group, our marketing team with global services, and as a proposal leader in our locomotive operations group. With this type of breadth, I've been exposed to a variety of cross-functional resources and therefore have built a solid network of people and developed great relationships around the business and around the world.
Can you describe the people you work with?
I think I can sum this up with one sentence, and that is GE has some of the smartest people in the world that have an unquenchable thirst for success and are driven with intense passion. Remember that GE people are what make GE Company the success it is today.
How does CLP challenge you, Morgan?
I think This moves hand in hand with what I like about my job and how we move from job roles every 6 months. The challenge is that once we have 5 to 6 months under our belt in the role and you're just starting to feel comfortable and confident in what you're doing, it's then time to move on to the next role, to the next challenge. And it is exciting to change roles and learn new things, but there are definitely challenges associated with basically starting a new job every 6 months and being measured on how quickly you can come up to speed and make an impact in that position. There are always new processes to learn, new people to work with, and new synergies to help move projects along.
Yeah, I bet that's absolutely true. It must be very challenging to get into new roles every 6 months and really have to ramp up and get up to speed very quickly. Kind of building on that a little bit, how does CLP help you in your career development progression?
At GE Transportation, we have 6 commercial IQ traits. Think of them as building blocks to profitable growth in our business. They are, number 1, customer centricity, number 2, segmentation and potentialization, number 3, solution expertise, number 4, competitive assessment, number 5, stakeholder engagement, and number 6, price for value. In stating these traits, the organizational leaders of our company have challenged their teams to continuously improve upon these traits. And I feel that as a CLP at GE Transportation, there is no better stage where an individual, having moved through 4 different roles within the business, has the perfect opportunity to touch all 6 of those commercial traits in a span of 2 years. Without a doubt, it sets up a foundation of commercial expertise for a CLP graduate.
Well, Morgan, thank you very much for joining us today on Jobs and Pods. It's been great to have an opportunity to talk to you about your role as a CLP member.
Thank you, Peter. It's been my pleasure.
That will do it for this edition of Jobs and Pods. For more information on careers with GE, visit gecareers.com. To hear more jobcasts like this, visit jobsandpods.com. And don't forget, you can subscribe to our jobcasts on iTunes. Just do a keyword search for Jobs